G'day, welcome back to Shane Shed. If you've seen my last video, would have been Derby Day for this, so unfortunately didn't last as long as I would have liked. Had a ball though, yeah, it is what it is. I want to get this off the trailer, so we're going to try and see if we can find out what's wrong. Hopefully it's something easy, and yeah, we'll see what happens. Worst case, we'll just strip out all the bar work and the shell goes to scrap. But yeah, but it would be really cool if we could get another Derby out of this. Would have noticed all that damage wasn't there originally. That was the loader when he put it on here, so yeah, whatever, doesn't matter. What happened is I took a hit at the front and immediately I had a DPF light come up on the dash and then the car shut down. So I'm just going to quickly plug my OBD scanner in and just see if there's anything obvious by there that comes up that maybe I can clear and it'll start again. I don't know, let's have a look. Alright, so now I've just plugged my OBD scanner in, so a couple of things just come straight up. So a few things that really stand out. P1589, TCU, unable to control desired throttle angle. That could be problematic. There's a P0106, manifold absolute pressure, sensor barometric pressure, range performance problem. Could definitely be an issue too. There's also a P0628, fuel pump control, circuit low. That could potentially be an issue. There's also a P0088, fuel rail system pressure too high. Probably unlikely to be an issue to cut the engine, but yeah, it may still be an issue there. What I can do is clear these and just see what reappears. Codes and that can just start it right up. That might be a cheat for the next Derby. Have my OBD scanner plugged in and just clear a fault code straight off. Man, that is frustrating. I guess it's good for another Derby. Okay, so that's disappointing and awesome at the same time. Disappointing that I couldn't just have done that while we're out in the Derby, but awesome because I guess now I get to do another Derby and it's basically going to be, I'll call it a freebie because I've already spent the money to do this one. In the meantime, I need to get into the bonnet, disconnect the battery. What I may do before the next Derby is I may relocate that battery. I don't know whether in the future a disconnection of the battery and a reconnect might help out with that fault code scenario. I don't know, but it's worthy of a try. But I think next time I'll definitely be having my my scanner all plugged in, ready to go. I reckon within like the minute time frame, I reckon I could have that cleared and possibly restarted and back on the road again. So, oh my gosh, that's an annoyance to me. It really is. Anyway, let's get this bonnet open. After all that, the bonnet still opens. Well, let's bring you in for a closer look. Okay, so just having a look at the front here. Main crash bar at the front's got a decent kink in there. I'll probably have to pull that out. Unfortunately, all this upper radiator support is all plastic. So that's obviously broken pretty easy. It has pushed the radiator back a bit. But it hasn't punched anything. Like the radiator itself is still intact. Looks like there's no damage along any of the fans or anything like that. Yeah, probably just need to sort out this upper radiator support. Whether I can maybe get a bit of steel in there and bolt them up either side. Sort of push it back to the original spot.
probably need to panel beat the bonnet latch, because that obviously bolt on the top of that, which has just sheared off all the bolts, so that's pretty much what's punched all that back. But apart from that, yeah, it's not too bad. I might just get in and give stuff a bit of a clean out, and it'll be good to go again. And like the lack of impact at the front here, even at the intercooler, like that hasn't, apart from all the plastic shroud mount that's been all cracked, but the intercooler itself hasn't been punched back. None of, even the airbox has been knocked. Yeah, I could probably move some of that wiring up a bit higher maybe, but to be honest, there's not much I can do about it unless I lengthen that cable there for the thermo fan, which I'm glad I left those disconnected, connected, because we done a lot of parade laps. But passenger door opened okay. Like I said earlier, all that bit there was all the loader when he put it on the trailer. He also did just punch the roof there, so I'll probably have to sort that out for the next one. Probably just either chop it off or just weld it back up into the roof. Probably do that. Like I said, wheels, didn't even lose a tyre. Hardly got any hits at the back. Yeah, this is 100% ready to go for another derby, as it is, apart from fault codes. Yeah, what I will do is probably maybe just try and stretch these out over the wheels a bit more, just return the shape. Back's not too bad. That front guard is a bit punched in, but if we can try and get all this away, I will, because I mean, I think that probably helped a little bit in creating a little bit of structure at the front. Yeah, I'll probably give it all a good clean, and I guess for the next one we can just do a new paint job and just figure out what we're going to do. Maybe I'll try and keep my code somehow, or I'll just put it at some random spot on the car. But yeah, we're obviously going to keep the number, I suppose, at this stage. And yeah, I'm actually surprised this was such an easy thing to sort out. And like I said, I'm just spewing that it wasn't something I'd done in the heat of the battle, so to speak. Anyway, these things happen. Like and subscribe if you want to see another derby. And comment below on what you do different on this car for the next one. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Cheers, guys.